Well, good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to get together with you most weekday mornings, most Mondays through Fridays. We get together for about 30 minutes to discuss strategies, tips, techniques, share success stories regarding helping small business owners qualify for funding and helping our small business distribution partners generate income by helping clients. So that's really the nature of our discussion, is what do we need to do to help clients become fundable? Pretty much every day I'll have conversations with either some of you or prospective clients or current clients that want to need money. So there's a vast demand for capital. The problem is that most small business owners do not qualify. They're not fundable. So what happened is we had applied for and received a grant to start the Startup Business Funding Package. It is, in fact, a turnkey resource to help form new businesses positioned for fast funding. Often, the objection, the comment that will come up is, well, I already have a business and I don't need a new business. Well, that's fine. Is your current business positioned for funding? Is it fundable? And we'll go through what it takes to have a fundable business during our discussion this morning. So if it is, great. Then come to chapmanloanprogram.org, scroll down a bit, and then right here is a link so we can go immediately to funding. So if we have a fundable business, don't stop, go immediately to this link and let's go to funding. But the problem is, and I think you'd probably agree, most small business owners don't understand what it takes to be fundable, and often they're not. So let's talk about, what does it take objectively? This isn't an opinion conversation of what's your opinion versus my opinion. Our opinions don't matter. Here is specifically the checklist of what it takes to have a fundable business. So again, we're on chapmanloanprogram.org if you want to follow along. The first thing that we need is a true, unique commercial address. And no, we can't game the system. A post office box doesn't work. A residential address doesn't work. A shared virtual office where we have the same suite number as other people doesn't work. Now, again, we're going to go through kind of a quick checklist here. If you want the full story, scroll down under resources and you can view the full version on demand of the 10 mistakes. This will go into a lot more depth than what we go into in the morning sessions, just because we don't have time. This is something that many of you are out teaching, or if you're interested in teaching this, we will pay you to go out and teach this in person or online. Online, it's normally about 30 minutes. In person, it's normally 60 minutes. We teach it at libraries and churches and chambers. It's great. But the point is, this is the full narrative here. We're going through kind of a cliff notes at the top. So the first thing that we need to have a fundable business is a unique business address, a commercial address. And if we don't have that, then frankly, nothing else matters, because that's at the core of, is our business fundable? We've talked on prior discussions, and we go in here why that's so important, but it is a requirement. Then we need to be in good standing with the Secretary of State. Well, through the grant, we do these things for free, I should have mentioned. So we provide the address for free. We file with the Secretary of State for free. We help the participant get their EIN, which is like a social security number for the business, and then turn around and get their business bank account. So free through the grant. Once we have these three bullets, now we really have the foundation of a fundable business. Are we fundable at that point? No, or we wouldn't qualify for much. So we'll just say, no, we're not fundable yet. But these are the foundational pieces. If we don't have those three, there's nowhere to go yet. Once we have those three items, the next thing that we're going to do is start adding trade lines. We want to add primary trade lines under the EIN so the business has a strong business credit profile. Now, the truth is there's actually two steps to this. And again, we go through it in more detail on this. But the first thing we're going to do is build out the credit profiles with like Dun and Bradstreet. So we have a Duns number and our profile is complete. Same with Experian Business. So first thing we do on this bullet is build out the profile, and then we add trade lines, primary trade lines. And people ask, well, what kind of primary trade lines? Well, we could add real estate. If you're wanting real estate, we could add automobiles. If you're wanting a company automobile, we could add equipment if you want company equipment. We could add credit cards if you want business credit cards, or we could even just do little net 30 accounts. There's lots of different trade lines, but these are primary trade lines that are reporting on the EIN, not reporting on your personal credit. So with the first three bullets, what we did is we accomplished having the foundation of a credible business. Now we've established that our business is credit worthy. We've shown that, well, our profiles are strong, and we show that we have open trade lines that we've serviced properly. So that's great. Only one thing missing, and then we're ready to go to funding. We're really excited about incorporating QUICKCASH into this proposition. So QUICKCASH is where we are literally transferring over $10,000 into the participant's business. So this is outstanding because that $10,000 now provides of assets, now provides collateral for the business. Because if you remember back to, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, whenever you learned this back when you're in middle school or junior high, you learned about the 3 C's for funding: credit, collateral, and capacity. So collateral is an important element. So once we have these 5 elements in place, now this does take about 30 to 60 days. Our goal is to do the QUICKCASH now in 24 hours. That's an increased urgency we have for that. The longest bullet is this one, which normally takes 30 to 60 days. So we can complete all these bullets normally in 30 to 60 days. So now we're ready to go to funding. That's awesome, right? That's what everybody wants. When we go to funding, there are many, many different sources of funding. SBA and non-SBA. I had someone email me, which banks do we work with? We can go many, many places. It's not that we have an unfundable business. Now we have a fundable business. So the whole point is that now we're attractive to lenders to get funding. One area, one source of funding that we really like is called the Chapman Fund. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Chapman Fund or not, but it is from a taxing authority. So in this case, we don't even have to go to a bank. And that is great. So it's easier to qualify for than is normal business funding. So that's a thumbs up. What you do have to keep in mind, though, is it has a hard cap of only $250,000. So some people get frustrated with that, but we could use the Chapman Fund for the first tranche, and then we could move forward to other sources and layer in other tranches of capital for more. So our 501c3 is here to help businesses get positioned for funding. Our 501c3 started in 2016. People will ask, like it's really important to them, when did you start? Well, the model, the concept actually started May 11th of 1996, if you wanted to know when the concept started. But the 501c3 started later in 2016. We are a member of the Money Smart for Small Business initiative developed by the SBA and FDIC. And then we work with a lot of professionals, both individuals and lenders and organizations. We, in fact, have almost 40 different lenders and financing institutions that believe in our mission, believe in our vision, and are willing to extend credit, extend funding offers to our clients. And again, that's what we talked about here. There are a few resources that I'm required to go through with you, and then we'll open it up for your questions. So if you want to participate, and I don't know why this, I'll have to get with IT. This used to be dropped down a little bit. We'll have it moved back down, but there's 2 steps. Step 1 is to view the proposal and then watch this training video, which shouldn't be overlapping the text. Something happened over the weekend. I don't know why it's overlapping, but we'll get that fixed. So step 1 is learn, and then step 2 is engage. And you can click here and it'll pop up and you just initial off and you're plugged in. It's very, very simple. So I bring that up just because this link is the same as step 2. The second resource, which we've already covered a couple times, is a link to be able to get financing offers. And I'll click on that for you as well. No surprises. You click on that and it asks for a little bit of information. The information on the top is about the business. Now, if you don't have a business, you can leave that blank, or if you have a prior existing business, you'd fill that out. And then we have the key person, the business owner information. With that, we're able to get you some funding offers very quickly. So that is the second the second resource. Each of you now are on the live Zoom, but if you weren't on the live Zoom, this is how to register for it. We've covered the fourth resource a number of times, and that is specifically the full training curriculum that if you would consider teaching, you can make $1,250 for teaching that to each person, in person or online. Training on funding success stories, and then if you're interested in becoming a distribution partner. So for instance, if you wanted to go teach this, you would click here. And it's real simple. Again, you click here, it pops up a new page, and you just initial off. And we call it the Opportunity Fund, but you can plug in and be a distribution partner. So with that, let's go ahead and open it up for the questions, comments, concerns. And we've got a bunch of them, so I don't know that we'll have time for all of them, but we'll do what we can. All right, so the first question it has, looks like Russell is asking about QUICKCASH. So Russell, you're correct. We are going to offer QUICKCASH on a standalone basis, as well as a component of this offering. We've not relaunched QUICKCASH yet as a standalone, but we will. We're planning on doing that by December 1st, so by the end of the week. But it is built in to this proposition. So again, to access, there's a 2-step process. Russell, if I can click on it successfully, which apparently I can't. Step 1 here, step 2 here, and by clicking here, then you'll participate in the grant. We'll go through this, and we'll get you the QUICKCASH. Those are in the form of accounts receivable. So we're transferring over AR, accounts receivables, within 24 hours. That goes on your balance sheet immediately, and then we can assist you in liquidating those receivables to put cash in your pocket. So that is integrated into the startup business funding package. And what Russell's asking about, which is true, we are going to make this available on a standalone basis starting hopefully December 1st, but we'll discuss that later. Devin followed up with QUICKCASH asking, how do you qualify? Well, it's automatic. Just if you enroll, you get that value proposition. All right. Adam says, so is the 10,000 no longer included? Well, Adam, we just covered that. So here it is. So QUICKCASH is included. What I was trying to describe, Adam, and to others, is we're going to make this also available on a standalone basis starting December 1st. But we're looking here together at the bullets, Adam. So everything that's shown here is included. It's also, you can click here and you can download the proposal. You can watch the press release and it describes it. You can go through the training video and it describes why all these things are important. So we have considerable transparency and almost redundancy, right? So what does the grant cover? What does the startup business funding package include? Well, we create a business that's positioned for fast funding. What does that include? It includes this, right? And we tell you that again in the proposal, which is kind of hidden here. We tell you that again in the press release. We tell you that when you go through the full training. So it's consistently, this is what we do. Again, I think where some people get caught up is they're like, well, I already have a business and it has some of these things, but not the other things. Well, great. Then you need to make a decision, right? So then you either go fix what's keeping your business from being fundable, or you enroll in this, in the grant, and then we'll provide the entire continuum that works every time. What we don't do, we're not management consultants, so we don't go back and clean up prior businesses. And the reason is that is uncertain, it's volatile. There can be issues that come about. So that can be time consuming, could be expensive, might not work. This always works. So that's why when we applied for the grant, we didn't say, hey, let's go be cleanup experts and go help broken businesses. We didn't promise to do that. What we did promise to do is to provide a checklist of services that we will deliver 100% of the time, and it works 100% of the time. So thus, if you already have a business, that's fine. Either fix it so it's fundable, you have the checklist now, or set it aside or keep doing whatever you're doing with it. You don't have to make any changes to it. Elon Musk didn't shut down Tesla when he started SpaceX and started shooting rockets into the sky, right? You can own multiple businesses. It's okay to own multiple businesses. Let's create a business for the capital raise and do your other things that you want to do otherwise. See, don't feel that it's somehow a conflict or a problem to own more than one business. Many, many, many successful people own multiple businesses. All right, so going back to questions. So Russell is clarifying that the startup business funding package, and I kind of snicker because it shows that I'm not doing a good job, and I'm sorry, maybe I've been off for 4 days. But yes, so Russell, this is included, and this is included, and this is included, and this is included, and this, you know, so that's the point of the page. Yeah, so these things are what's included. Herman says the bandwidth is not good. I apologize. I'm here in my office this morning. I'm sorry if the connectivity is bad. All right, let's see. Herman's asking then about, so let's agree, QUICKCASH as a standalone is not yet available. We're targeting December 1st for it to be available as a standalone. So maybe I convoluted it by bringing it up. So right now it's not, so let's ignore that. But it is included automatically in the program. So if you are one of our referral partners, and if you want to become one and you're not, you do it down here, by the way. But if you are a referral partner, we'll provide you an editable agreement. And so instead of clients coming here to enroll, you'll help them get enrolled in the grant using your editable template. And then you'll forward that to us, and our team handles all the implementation. So you can be as involved as you want to be, but you don't have any implementation responsibilities. So hopefully that answered Herman's question. Let's see here. Let's see, Samantha asked, where do we get the funds to pay for the filing? The grant pays for that, Samantha. That's what I'm trying to convey, and we'll do a better job. But Samantha, when it says free, you're right. It doesn't mean that the Secretary of State says, oh, never mind, you don't have to pay. There is a payment that's paid to the Secretary of State, but it's free to the participant because the grant pays for it. So I guess either Samantha's confused or she's pulling out a technicality. It's true that addresses aren't free. It's true that Secretary of State filings aren't free. That's true. But these become free because of the grant and the program. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's move on here. Ken's asking for a website like this for our distribution partners, and there's some discussion about that they're looking at doing that. Samantha's asking how long for the grant. So from the time that individuals do step 2, they automatically receive $2,500 from the grant for the startup business funding package. And so that is in fact immediate, if I understood her question correctly. Let's see. And so Ken's talking about AR, so that's right. So with QUICKCASH, we're providing $10,000 of assets in the form of accounts receivables. Those go on to the balance sheet, so we have collateral for funding, and then we can help liquidate those receivables and put it in money into the bank account. And again, you're getting kind of the Cliff Notes version here. For the full training, I encourage you to go view this. So I think we've covered most of it. Well, no, Russell has another question about interest rates. So Russell's got a good point. So when we go borrow money from lenders, if it's not a grant, if it is a loan, then there's typically going to be an interest rate. Maybe it's 0%, but maybe it's not 0%. But we're not the lender, so be clear, we're not the lender, so we don't set interest rates, but the lenders will determine the terms and the interest rate. Like with the Chapman Fund, it's low interest, and it is typically a 10-year, 120-month repayment term. So people love that. Those of you who are currently with us as a distribution partner, I hope you remember our service model, in addition to doing these daily group trainings, is to have one-on-ones. And so definitely use our Calendly link, or you can email us. We definitely need to be having weekly one-on-ones so we can support you individually and make sure all of your clients are progressing nicely. So keep in mind, this group session is effective, but it should not be seen as a substitute for our one-on-ones. All right, well, I think we covered most of it. A few of the questions are redundant, but let's kind of close on this note. Please go to chapmanloanprogram.org. Do one of two or two of two things. If you need funding to start or grow a business, come over here, complete step 1, complete step 2, enroll, and let's go make it happen. No risk, you'll be very satisfied. Secondly, if you'd like to get paid to help others, you can do that right here. Bottom resource, it's called Opportunity Fund. You can be one of our educators, one of our distribution partners. If you want to teach the curriculum, you can. You're not required to, but it's a great way to help people and earn extra income. So with that being said, thank you all for your time. Sorry if today's presentation was a bit choppy as we all come off of a long weekend. We're having a record-setting month in November. We're helping so many small businesses both get enrolled and get funding. And again, just to pick up on Sam's question, so yeah, if you are a small business owner or know of one that's already fundable, then we skip all of this, right? We're not here to create a bureaucracy or delays. Sam's just pointing out, yeah, if you have a fundable business, you meet all these criteria, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Then we don't need to go recreate the wheel. Come right down here and we'll get you funding offers today with no hard inquiries, no impact to your credit. All right, well, thanks everyone. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Let us know individually if there's anything that you need help with between now and then. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.